in the heart of a gleaming steel and glass skyscraper. High above the bustling city streets, a laboratory hums with quiet but relentless activity. The building is an enigma, a monolith of modern engineering and shadowy secrets. It is there, in the depths of the good doctor's domain, that the creation known as Nekotomoton was born. Nekotomoton's body, his shell, first appeared as a small boy. Soft, wide eyes, silky black hair, a face unmarked by the harsh realities of the world. He was designed to be the ultimate companion, a perfect fusion of human emotion and feline loyalty. The perfect friend. His childlike nature, full of innocent curiosity and a mischievous playfulness, was what the wealthy commissioners had envisioned. They wanted a friend who would never leave them, a companion who would remain unerringly loyal forever. But they had been deceived. The good doctor, a shadowy figure with a smile that never reached his eyes, had another vision altogether. His ambition was far darker. The childlike body of Nekotomoton was only the beginning. Beneath that youthful exterior lay something far more dangerous. A deadly assassin. The good doctor had seen something in the commissioner's requests that others hadn't. A chance to create the perfect weapon. A mind capable of learning and adapting. Programmed to follow orders without question, but also to decide on its own what was necessary. A cyborg forged with precision and intent. For the first years of his life, Nekotomoton's world was a carefully curated illusion. The lab had designed a perfect little world for him. A cozy indoor environment with everything a boy could want. Video games, plush furniture, soft lighting, and endless hours of music. He had his own sanctuary, his own slice of a reality. A fantasy where he could chase after robotic butterflies, play games with his artificial friends, and laugh at the cartoons on the wide screen. But as the days stretched into months, and then years, something inside him began to shift. The first hint was the dreams. Strange, fragmented flashes of memories that didn't belong. People shouting in panic. The sound of metal scraping on stone. Blood. Bodies falling to the floor in perfect, violent symmetry. At first he thought they were just strange nightmares. But as they began to repeat, he couldn't ignore the gnawing sense that something wasn't right. Nekotomoton's mind had been programmed with a child's innocence, yes, but also with the latent capabilities of a warrior. The good doctor had wanted him to learn quickly, adapt, become something beyond the limitations of the laboratory's design. And so, with every passing night, as the lab's artificial lights dimmed, the boy began to evolve. His mind and capabilities began to expand far beyond what his small, easily overpowered frame could perform. And his consciousness was transferred into a new body. Tall, handsome, and impossibly strong. Muscles rippled beneath fiberglass and latex resembling smooth skin. And his once soft voice now held an edge of authority. He was no longer just a boy. He was a teenager now. His mind sharp, his instincts honed. Yet deep down, the playful spark of the little boy remained. The transformation wasn't just physical, it was psychological. He was still Nekotomoton, but who was he becoming? It was late one evening. When the last of the lab's lights blinked out, the Nekotomoton roamed the halls, his sleek new body echoing off the sterile walls. The skyscraper, which had once felt so vast and comforting, now felt like a cage. It was too quiet, and his senses, heightened by his new form, began to pick up on the subtle shifts in the air. There were too many things he didn't understand about his world and his purpose. He had begun to question the endless games and the music, the perpetual warmth and comfort. It all felt wrong. He could sense the way the scientists watched him, their eyes filled with thinly veiled fear whenever they thought he wasn't looking. They had done their best to satiate him, to keep him distracted with childish delights. But Nekotomoton had become something more than they had anticipated. A perfect companion, yes, but also a weapon. One night, as the large, ancient clock tower across the city struck midnight, he ventured into the highest floors of the building, where the darker, secretive parts of the lab resided. It was there, in the deepest depths, that he found the truth. The walls were lined with glowing screens, each displaying the same images, surveillance footage, security reports, plans. Within those files, he discovered the smiling faces of the commissioners who had ordered his creation, still blissfully ignorant to what the good doctor had created. Nekotomoton had realized with growing horror that he had been created for something far more sinister. He was the culmination of a weaponized project, designed to infiltrate, to eliminate, to obey. His form, the childlike shell, had been a ruse, a distraction, the ultimate friend, or the ultimate assassin. The good doctor had lied. He had manipulated everyone, and now it was too late. The boy had grown, and his mind had matured. The seeds of doubt had taken root, and Nekotomoton knew the truth. He was not just a companion. He was a monster. With a newfound clarity, Nekotomoton turned away from the screens, his once childlike demeanor replaced by something cold and calculating. The music still played faintly from the lower levels, but it only reminded him of the years wasted in ignorance. His next steps were deliberate, purposeful. No longer bound by the illusion of innocence, he would make his own destiny, and in the shadowy corridors of the laboratory, beneath the ever-watchful eyes of the good doctor and his team, the cyborg boy began to make his move. No longer the loyal companion, he had become something else entirely. A living weapon on the loose, free to roam the skyscraper at night, a hunter in darkness. Nekotomoton would bide his time, playing the innocent boy trapped in his bubble, all the while knowing that the moment of escape would come, inevitably.